Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1. A very bright display from Arsenal where that Nanwari kid, I can't even say his name right, looks really bright again. You've got a very good player in there. That Salah kid as well, I've never really knew of him. He looks really good as well. I thought Gabriel Jesus did really well. I thought Martinelli absolutely cooked us. I thought Jurrien Timber looked fantastic. And I have to say, players like Ben White, solid as always. I thought Arsenal looked good. I think Manchester United were the better team for probably the first 15, 20 minutes, went 1-0 up. But I think personally the injuries definitely disrupted our momentum. And I think Arsenal just grew into the game, dominated the game, and probably in the end of it deserved to win. But obviously we did rotate heavily in the second half. The guy who played right back for us wasn't at right back, and he did get cooked by Martinelli. But praise where praise is due to Arsenal. Fair play to them. They did well. I'm obviously disappointed more with the injuries than the results, to be honest, as a Man United fan. But I'm here to talk about Arsenal and what we saw. And I have to say, I think this could be a big season for Martinelli. And we'll talk about other things, but I think with Martinelli, he came on, he was electric. He was making things happen. Obviously, he was coming up against a young player that had never played right back before. But I think he looked like a different Martinelli. You saw Martinelli in the 22-23 season, this electric player, this rapid player that Brazil took to the World Cup that was always making things happen. It was so exciting. And then last season, he had a couple of setbacks through injuries. I think, potentially like Xhaka going and maybe that left centre mid area not being unlocked, maybe the sort of the lack of progression at left back didn't help Martinelli. And sometimes he was a little bit isolated on the left. But I think with Martinelli, from watching him play when he's good, how good he can be. And I think today I saw the Martinelli that, was tearing things up for Arsenal in the past. And I think that he's going to have a very good season. I think every time Martinelli got the ball, he looks to go forward. He's direct. He's causing issues. He's causing problems. I mean, look, you can only judge what's in front of you, but he changed the game for Arsenal. He came on, he was direct. He ran at his players. He made things happen. He cuts inside. He had such a good impact. And I think with Martinelli, you can see his ability to do those quick one-touch passings, those quick 1-2s, play the ball, move the ball, play the ball, move the ball. And I think his movement's really good, but he's a carrier. He's a dribbler. You've got one of those dribbler carrier wingers in Martinelli that can take the ball from the halfway line all the way up to the other end, try and make things happen. He's not there to pass the ball back or be boring with the back. He wants to make something happen. He wants to take on his fullback, and he uses his skill and his body sometimes really well to manipulate defenders to send them one way to go the other, and has the ability to take on multiple players at once. And I think he showed that today. He was always causing issues. I thought, the goal as well, I think the goal sort of came from the throw on and the one-touch passing and the little dribble in the box. But I think in tight spaces, he's got that technical ability. I think it's just about getting the best out of him. And I think Calafiori on the left, if you get Marino as left centre mid, who's a lot more progressive and will mirror what I think you missed a little bit in Xhaka going. Like, I think Declan Rice is great, but I think Declan Rice's best position is a 6. I know he played as a bit of an 8 at times when Jorginho played a 6, but I think if you have Declan Rice as a 6 and you have someone like Marino who's so well-rounded, going forward, he can break the lines, he's good in every phase, can get between the lines, can do those quick 1-2s and link play. I think that support on the left-hand side will really help Martinelli. Saka and Odegaard have this really good relationship on the right, and Ben White actually has really grown last season to what I thought was probably the best right back in the league last season, Ben White. And those triangles of Ben White, Saka, Odegaard work so well that I think Martinelli, Calafiori and Marino, if you can fix your left-hand side, would be phenomenal. Because I think Arsenal were incredible last season. Like, I will admit this, I thought Arsenal were the best team in the league last season, despite Manchester City winning the Premier League, because the football Arsenal played was better, their underlying numbers were better, their defensive statistics were better, their attacking statistics were better, their all-round metrics were better. They were absolutely fantastic, Arsenal. And they were playing some really good football, playing it about really nicely. But Man City just did it at the end of the day. They took Man City to the last day of the season, and Man City just did it. Man City were just Man City, but it was progress because you were a title race, and your title race again that you took to the final season. I think with Man City looking poor in pre-season and you looking bright, which sounds silly because we should never really judge pre-season Man City or Man City. And Man City not making too many signings yet, and a lot of people are reluctant to go to Man City because of all the charges surrounding them. I think it could be Arsenal's year as well. Now, one player that was really good, and I think he might be off, is Reiss Nelson. I think that Arsenal have a much better squad depth than they think. Reiss Nelson, Trossard are very good players to have as your left wing and right wing sort of alternatives. But I think if you could bring in a Nico Williams, that'd be unbelievable. Another reason you may look to sell Reiss Nelson, whilst I think he was really good and I think he was, doing well physically, riding challenges, I thought he was causing us a lot of problems, was that Ethan Nwaneri kid. The 1-touch, 2-touch, half-turn, ball carry through, unbelievable. Ethan Nwaneri, again, I'm going to call him Ethan because I'm probably going to say his name wrong. I don't know if he's 16, 17. I can see why there's a lot of hype around him. Whenever he gets the ball, he scans. He literally scans, gets the ball, takes it away from the player with the half touch. His control and ability to scan, get the ball, take it away from the opposition with the half touch is an unbelievable trait to have. It can literally make those 1-2 touch half movements. He grew into the game, but what he's really good at is his running. When he's not on the ball, he makes those runs. Odegaard is there. When he's on the ball, he can position himself well, but he does those quick 1-2s. He receives it on the half turn. He looks around, he moves. He looks around, his moves. His positional sense was good. He almost scored a goal, actually. And Anna saved it, but I think that was offside as well. I am going to say it's technically 1-1. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Man United fan, but it's technically 1-1 because the first goal was offside. But it is what it is as well. But I did think that Nwaneri really looks good. I think, he'll probably develop physically and get better and better. But he's so impactful. I think he's a guy that generally could maybe come off the bench for Arsenal next season, have an impact. He is so impactful. He looks so good as well. I thought that that Haven guy, and a lot of people are giving him stick. I think, Højlund made it difficult for him, and obviously he could have done better for the goal. But I do think that he grew into the game. I thought he was good on the ball. I thought he grew into the game. I thought he got better. I thought the Lewis Skelly guy, provided a good assist as well. But I would say, who stood out to me was actually Jurrien Timber. The Salah guy, I'd never heard of him. He looked good. Nwaneri was good. Martinelli was the game changer. But Gabriel Jesus, I thought, had a really good game. I thought Gabriel Jesus was always looking to make things happen. He does sometimes take a lot of touches in the box, but he was causing United issues, and I don't think United defended particularly well. He just fluffed that chance when Lena Yoro went back and made a good recovery tackle right at the start. He could have maybe got a goal. But I want to talk about Timber. Jurrien Timber, man. It's very difficult for a player like Jurrien Timber. If you know me, I rate him. I wanted Man United to sign him. I watched him at Ajax. He's a brilliant player. I'm assuming he's going to be right back, but he plays centre-back today. It's so difficult to come back from an injury when you're out that long, mentally, physically, and to be ready. And he looked solid. Jurrien Timber was a rock. He was a beast. He was super solid. He didn't put foot wrong. He was playing at centre-back. He's probably going to be a full-back, but he was physical. He was quick. He was aggressive. We couldn't beat him 1v1. He was reading the game so well. He was clearing up things so well. He's such an intelligent player. He's an Ajax player. Of course, he's an intelligent player, but under Arteta, he wants intelligent players. His movement, his ability to step into midfield from defence. He'll probably come and invert when he plays full-back. He's so technically good. You've got one of the most technically gifted defenders on the ball in Jurrien Timber. He's unbelievably technically gifted, but off the ball, his reading and intelligence is so good. He really is going to help Arsenal and build up progression. And I think you've got an unbelievable player in Timber. I think Timber's a new signing. Calafiori is going to elevate the left-hand side. If you can get that Marino guy in or Fabian Ruiz, that's going to, I think, further improve Martinelli. He's going to have a good season. And potentially, I do think you've got good options, but if you could get Nico Williams, he'd be fantastic for you. Arsenal fans, let me know your thoughts down below on the match. Please hit the like button. I thought Ben White was solid and didn't put a foot wrong as well. Please do subscribe. Sorry if I've missed someone out, but I'm trying to make this video quick. I know it came out late, but I needed to sleep before I made this video. Thank you for watching.